Hello, it's the 1st of March and that means it's time for another 3-into-1 collaboration hosted by Little Spaceman Papercrafts. As always, all the details to all the people taking part will be in the description box below. This month the criteria had to include colouring, any colouring medium, gems and die cuts. So I'm going to be using this visible image stamp set, which is called Alien Invader, and I'm going to make a fun card. First of all, I'm going to stamp some of the smaller stamps to create a background. I'm going to use the Distress Oxides as they obviously work on the black card. It will be slightly patchy because they're not really intended for stamping, but in this case I don't mind because it's kind of achieving the look that I want to look, because obviously it's out in space. So I'm using carved pumpkin first. So those are dry, and I have a white gel pen which I'm going to add some of that to the rings around the planet. So that is those done. I'll just wait a while for those to dry. Next I'm going to use the spaceship stamp. And I am going to do that in cracked pistachio, which is a sort of greeny colour, which I thought was appropriate for the spaceship and aliens. I don't know where that first comes from, but we assume that aliens are green. This must be a film or a book. So that's perfect, I think. I'll just add some more. No. That's great. And again with the gel pen I'm just going to colour in the spots so they look like lights. So I've already coloured and stamped the alien from the set, and I've used distress markers to colour him, as well as some Stardust gel pens for the eyes. So I'm going to stand him about there so that you can still see most of the planets, and he's aiming his gun towards that spaceship. I'm going to stick that down with wet glue. for my die cut I'm using this, which I believe is the actual inside of another die. It isn't what the die intend to cut out, although it might be. I picked it up with a load of die cuts and a load of crafty stuff at a boot sale, and I've already marked out the back because I want to take out a certain piece. I'm going to stick this piece down here just again with some wet glue. And I'm going to add another bit down here. And I'll quite decide whether to. The idea is that these look like rocks, sort of. I know they're weird bits of space, so I'm going to stick that one there. And then I need to add his gems. So I think I'm going to add some stars as well to the sky. So I'll add star gems. Those are my stars, and then I'm also going to use some gems for the laser from his gun. Right, so now he has his gem laser. And finally I just want to finish it off with a sentiment. So in this set you have Greetings Earthling or You're Out of This World. So I thought I would go with You're Out of This World. So I'm going to follow the theme of using the Distress Oxides with the stamps. And I'm just deciding what colour to use. I'm going with the Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. I was going to put a bit more ink on, but actually I quite like how that's come out. And I'm actually going to cut it with my trimmer because with the scissors I know it won't turn out straight. I have a woodware trimmer. I've had it for a while now and I find that it's brilliant. You can get the replacement blades really easily. They just slot out of here. And you can replace this strip. And obviously you can use it both sides and you can obviously turn it, so In fact, I'm going to turn mine now because it's looking a bit. And then you have this, you can see the pointer there, so you know exactly where you're going to cut. And I don't want too much edge to it, but I want enough to give it a border. And it's much easier if you push away from you, and then you won't move the card so much. I'm sure you already know this, but so that's the sentiment done. And I think I might matte and layer it on some black as well, just to bring it out. That hardly ever happens, but I've actually got a scrap piece that is just the right size, so I'm going to lay that on there. And I think what I'll do first is go around the edge with a black marker pen. I'm going to use double-sided tape. There we go. So I'm going to stick that. Ooh, decisions. Actually, I think I'm going to put across here because this purple, or the wilted violet, Distress Oxide Planet didn't come out so well, so it can just hide that really. So I'm using double-sided tape rather than foam pads or foam tape, because that was actually part of our criteria for last month, was the foam pads. There we go, and that's that. And then I just need to stick it onto a card base. I'm going to give this a white border around the edge. So I just folded a A4 white sheet in half, and I'm just lining it up so I know where to trim off. And it's quite a thin border. So So that is my finished card using colour mediums, obviously the Distress Oxide and Distress markers, and I've used die cuts and the gems for the stars and his laser gun. Well, I enjoyed making that. It was fun and different. I hope you liked it too. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheerio!